Hey there, it's Nicola Milan and this is Singer's Secret, where you'll get professional advice for improving your singing and making it as a singer. Now, if you are struggling with stage fright or a lack of confidence up on stage, it can be one of the most annoying things that every singer has to deal with. And it is annoying because it gets not only in the way of your enjoyment of the performance, but it stops you from performing as well as you know that you can. Now, stage fright can manifest itself in many ways. It can be something as simple as getting a little bit nervous or not feeling as confident, butterflies in your stomach, through to having a clenched jaw, and some people sweat and things like that, right through to actually getting sick. Some people, they physically get sick or they don't want to perform at all. Now, whichever level of stage fright you deal with, I do have 3 little tips for you that will help you to work through those confidence issues, get rid of your stage fright, and really shine when you get up there on stage. Now, this is the technique that I personally use. I let myself get rid of all of my nervous energy before I get up on stage. So instead of, when you're really nervous, instead of sitting there clenching everything in and thinking, oh, I'm really nervous, I don't want to be nervous. We've kind of sat there all clenched like this. Instead of doing that, let it all out. Just make your body realize that this is actually a natural part of the process, just like warming your voice up is. This is just another step that you need to get over before you get up on stage. And it takes a lot of energy to be nervous. So if you let it all out, eventually it will wear itself out. So I start, actually my body kind of starts for me a couple of hours before I'm due to perform. And I get a little bit of an upset stomach, I get a little bit jittery, things start bugging me a bit, and I wonder why, and it seems completely irrational, especially after performing for so long, but I still get a little bit. Nowhere near as much as I used to, but I still do get the jitters from time to time. So I sort of let my body go through the process, and I just say to myself, this is natural. This has to happen. I'm going to let it all out. And then by the time I get up on stage, I literally have no nervous energy left. So you can try it and see if it works for you. Now, Beyonce has got to be one of the best examples of this in action. If you're a Beyonce fan, you may know that she takes on an onstage persona called Sasha Fierce. Now, Sasha is a sassy, confident, powerful woman. And when Beyonce's Sasha Fierce, she no longer has to worry about her own personal problems, her own confidence issues, if she was having a bad day, any of that stuff, because when she gets up on stage, she's no longer Beyonce, she's Sasha. And you can use this technique as well. I recommend, if this technique appeals to you, to write a list of all the different things that you would like your onstage persona to take on. Is she sassy? Or is she a bit sultry? Is she confident? Or is she cute and quirky? Have a think about what kind of a performer you want to be. Write a list down and then really get into the character. Now, a lot of performing artists use this technique, from comedians through to actors through to singers. They literally leave themselves at the door and become someone new. I think I've read that if you meet some comedians in person, they're actually quite depressing when you think they're going to be really funny, because when they're up on stage, they've taken on their onstage persona, and it's completely different from who you are in your personal life. Having a pre-performance ritual is a fantastic way of getting your mind and your body ready to perform. Now, what I do is I increase my water intake slightly at the start of the day. I drink a lot more peppermint tea, because pepperment's excellent for getting rid of excess phlegm, gets rid of the glug factor. And I steam. If you don't know what steaming for singing is, I've done a video on it. I will link to that in the notes below. But steaming is fantastic. It keeps everything, all your airways clear, it keeps everything lubricated and nice, and it's gorgeous. That's why everyone sounds good when they're in the shower, reverb and steam. Anyway, I digress. So then you can also do things like light stretching. That's something I personally do. Or one of the best things to do as part of your pre-performance ritual is breathing exercises. When you're up on stage, the first thing to go when you're nervous will be your breathing. And as singers, we know that breathing is the foundation of all singing. So it affects your pitch, your tone, your high notes, everything. So you really want to make sure that your breathing is working efficiently. So spend 5-10 minutes in a space where the band's not laughing at you backstage, or at home before you leave for the gig, to do some breathing exercises. Concentrate on dropping your pelvic floor, relaxing your stomach muscles, rolling your shoulders back, get rid of all the tension, then spend some time doing some really nice deep breaths. And just that whole act will help relax you, but it'll also prepare your diaphragm and your body for singing. Now, you may find that one of these techniques works better for you, or you may find that all three of them work well for you. You just have to try them and alter them slightly for your own personal needs, because everybody's different. But one thing I will say is that when you get up there on stage, you've got to have fun. All of the nervousness, all the techniques and everything aside, it's the one opportunity that you get to be the complete centre of attention and show off, and everybody loves you for it. It's got to be fun. Otherwise, what's the point? I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit that like button and make sure you subscribe, because I do put up new videos all the time and you don't want to miss out. Also, if you would like more free professional advice for improving your singing and making it as a singer, hop on over to my website, singersecret.com. Make sure you get onto my email list, because I do put singing tips into those emails that I don't share anywhere else, and you don't want to miss out. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nicola Milan, and I'll talk to you again soon.